Hey guys, welcome to the video. In this one, I'm going to show you how you can add blog posts to Webflow websites. So if you have a Webflow website or a client and you want to add a blog post without the help of your developer, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that. So first off, make sure you log into the backend of your site and you go over to the editor. So just select your site's editor. And once you click on that, you're going to open the editor. So this whole tab you're seeing here is going to be added to the homepage of your site. You just see it down here. So at this section, you're going to see different things here: pages, collections, blog posts, and testimonials. So depending on what your developer has done, these might be different and the order of these might be different. So instead of blog posts, you might see blog, or you might see posts, or you might see articles. Depends on what your developer has named the collection. So on Webflow, the way blog posts work is they are just a collection. Everything is a collection. Everything dynamic is a collection. So testimonials is a collection, reviews is a collection, blog posts is also a collection. Depends on how your developer has created it. So in order to add blog posts, new blog posts, all you have to do is click on blog posts down here, or article, or whatever is on yours, or you go to collections and you see it here as well. Blog posts, open the same thing. So over here, you're going to see a list of all the blog posts currently on this site. To add a new one, just click on new blog posts and you should see an editor for the post. Okay, so this is it's quite straightforward. We have the title, we have slug, we have the post body, post summary, main image, a thumbnail image, and some other settings here. So all these fields you're seeing here, they depend on what your developer does. Okay, the one your developer can add any of these, can remove any of these, depends on your site specifically. So these first two fields are always the same across all sites because they are basic information. So this would be your blog post title, and this would be the slug. So I'm gonna ahead to create a blog post here that we can use for this tutorial, because in most cases you'd actually be transferring blog posts from your Google Docs to Webflow editor. That's like what most clients do actually. They don't write in Webflow. They write somewhere else, then they transfer it in. So let's copy the title of this article. You can paste this in here, and as you can see below here, a slug is created based on the title, but you can change this to anything you want. So you're not limited to what you see here. So you can change this. Then next up, we have the blog, the post body. So this is where all the content for your article is going to live. So over here, you can add things like text, you can style text, you can add videos, you can add custom code, all that. So first of all, let's just start with a simple text. Let's say we want to add in a title. So let's call this our heading one. Let's say you want this to be your heading, your first heading. Just highlight it after you type it in, and you're going to see all these different styling tools. So if we choose H1, this is going to be a H1. So once you've added this, if you press enter, you can add in something new. So in our case, let's add in a heading two just for practice. Heading two, select heading two. You can keep doing the same thing, heading one, heading two, up to six. Now let's say you change your mind about this heading and you want to make it, you want to convert it back into a paragraph, because everything on this page is a paragraph if it doesn't have like a style. So just hover on it. You're going to see the tag you applied before. Click on it, and it's going to change back to a paragraph. So that's the way it works with Webflow. You can add and remove by removing whatever you added. So that's basically it for headings. You can bold things, you can italize them as usual with all content management systems. You can do superscript, you can do subscript, you can add a link. So if you click on this, you can add a link. So you can link this to Google, for example, and now this is linked. So that's basically how text works in Webflow. Basically everything you would expect is here as well. You can also add quotes, but this is not like used in many cases. This you're seeing here is custom code. So if you want this to be recognized as code, you can do that with this icon. So that aside, let's look at the what this plus icon does. So if you click on this plus icon, you're going to see that you can add in an image, you can add in a video, and you can add in sorting based too. So your lists on other lists and other lists. Okay. So let's go ahead and experiment with these. Let's click on the plus sign, click on this. You can enter whatever you want. Once you press enter, it's going to go to the next line, enter, next line, enter, next line. So you can use this to add lists to your blog post. Once you're done, you don't want to add anything else, just press enter and it's going to give you an empty one. Then press enter again and you go back to the normal place. So you can do that too for the ordered list, which is this one. So this is, you can add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's basically how these two things work. Webflow is quite limited when it comes to adding other kinds of these. So I don't think you can add. You can change these defaults dots that you're seeing here, or you can change this to let's say I've never figured out the way to do that with the post editor. So you're stuck with just these ones. So I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste everything from this blog post. So before we do that, let me just show you how to add an image. If you click on the plus sign, click on image, it's going to take you to your computer. So you can add in an image from your computer and to be added to the site. So it also has some controls. You can sort to the right and oops, what happened? Okay, it was still uploading, so I was not supposed to do that. So let's do it one more time, and let's wait for it to complete its upload before we make any changes. All right, perfect. Now it's done. So you can take it to the right, you can take it to the left. You can change the view if you want it to be full width. You can do it with this. If you want this to just be at the center, if you want this to wrap around text, so you want to add text at the right hand side, you can do it with this as well. So depending on what you want, it's possible. You can add captions. And let's say you wanted to add an alt tag for SEO purposes, you would click on this knob you're seeing here. So if you click on this knob, you can change the alt tags to a custom description to edit whatever you want for SEO. So the same applies to videos. If you click on this, it asks you to add a link to a video. So if it's a YouTube video or a video hosted somewhere else, you can add it here and it's going to load in Webflow. Then we have this, which is the code block editor. So let's say you're writing a tutorial, let's say a technical tutorial, you can easily just add in all your code here and it's displayed as code. So we're not going to do that because that is not something is that useful. So let's go ahead and copy this now. Copy all the content here. I'm just going to press Ctrl A. So you'll notice something. We're copying both the images here and also the text and also this table. So I'm going to go ahead and post this and I'll show you one of the biggest limitations of Webflow. One of the limitations that it has that up till now has not been fixed. So you're aware of it. I'm just going to copy this. All right, and paste in here. So the first thing you notice is none of the images have been added. So the reason why that you're not seeing images here is the images are being to the site. So until they are completely downloaded, you're not going to see them on the editor. So this one just finished downloading. So that's why you're seeing it here now. So you have to wait for a while for all the images to be uploaded. So that takes a while sometimes, especially in articles that have a lot of images. Then if you scroll to the bottom, you're going to notice that there is no table. So Webflow editor, the backend editor for adding posts, it does not support tables. All you just see is the content of the table. So how do you go about this? The workaround I recommend for my clients is using HTML tables.io. So if you go to this website, you can create a table. So you can add, let's say, 4 rows and 3 columns, and then you can add in your content here for this table. And once you're done, all you have to do is just copy it from here with this button, go back to the editor, go to where you want to add this, click on the plus sign, and you're going to see this custom code icon. So I'm currently not on a paid plan, that's why it's grayed out. But if you click on this, you should be able to paste in that code. So once you paste in that code, what is going to be displayed on the front end is the table that you created on this site that you're seeing here. So that is a workaround I recommend for my clients as Webflow does not support. So yeah, once you're done and you're satisfied with all this, just click on create and this is going to be added to your blog posts. So instead of clicking create, there are also other things you can do. You can save as a draft. So if you save this as draft, it's just going to be saved on your site. It's not going to be published. So let's click on create first. Let's get these other options. So I'll click on create and wait for it to be created. All right, so it has been created. If you can see, it's over here. If I click on it, so if I click on this, you can see that we have all these options. The reason why these are not options that I can use is because this is a demo site. It's not published. So if I don't publish my site, I can't publish this, and I can do that from the Webflow backend here. But I'm not going to do that because this is just a tutorial. So what you would do in a normal case is after you create the post, you come over here and you click on publish. And once you publish, it's going to be live on your website. Okay. Other things you can do here is you can unpublish and you can also schedule. So if you want this to be published in the future, you can just click on schedule, select the date, and that would also work. Okay. So yeah, that's basically how you can add a blog post to Webflow. There's still other things you can do, like adding a category and all that. But like I said, it depends on your developer. If your developer does not add that feature, you will not be able to do that. So if you check here, on the bottom, this actually has category support, so I can just select the category. But like I said, all these things depend on your developer. If you ask for it, he's going to add it or she's going to add it. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. If you have any questions related to adding blog posts, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.